time for part 3 already? Well, again, I probably have bought a bit too much stuff recently, so though looks like there's not as many parcels today, that's purely because one had to already get opened, so you know, but it happens. Yes, hello everyone, we're already doing part 3 of the Giga haul. Now, this is probably going to be the last one for a while. It's just because I've kind of went nuts with buying cars recently when I really shouldn't have, but you know. But most of what you're about to see, particularly these parcels, this might be my favourite Giga haul we're about to do. A lot of these I got for really good deals and for really cheap. Like, that's the thing about the cars collecting or the buying. Like, I will buy things that are either really cheap or good bundles or good prices for what I know is quite, you know, quite hard to get a hold of. Actually, the first slot we're about to go for is going to be a great example of that in a moment. But yes, this is part 3 of the Giga haul. Might be the last one for a while, as I said, because it might become of a more monthly thing. It just depends when I get stuff, really. And I want to have parcels for like every single one I do. So yeah, we're doing part 3 already. I just uploaded part 2 yesterday at the time I'm recording this. I don't know when this will come out, but yeah. Again, thank you to Docket for the inspiration. Really helpful, and really enjoying doing all this. So again, huge thank you to him. You guys seem to be enjoying this as well, so I'm going to keep doing them for you. The only downside to today's video is, well, still no case W. I'm having a really hard time trying to get a hold of the contents. I was so close, which is we'll see in the hunt eventually, to getting the highlights, but all I found was a Ryan Shields, of which that might be in this video, the one I have opened, because the one I bought from Gemdens I've just got on my Vinted at the moment for sale now. But yeah, it was panic buying, and I found them for cheaper. It was like, oh, I'll just grab it anyway. So yeah, I went and I put so much effort in. I went, oh, may as well take something rather than nothing. But yeah, Case W has been very hard to find. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, because we're already 2 minutes into this introduction. Hope you all enjoy, and let's get on with it. Right, I'm going to dive straight in because I'm aiming to get the Mac Track Challenge video recorded today, which I'm very excited to put together and run up, and I need to put in batteries and everything else with that. But just very quickly, you may notice there's a slight background change, not with what the characters are in the back here. These two are supposed to be getting sold off soon, so I just thought I'd put them in the background for now. Jackson I've still not opened. But it's slightly at an angle, and with just because of the way I need to present stuff and bring things forward, but also because of the way I need to open one of these parcels in particular. We're just at a slight angle today, so we're just going to have to roll with it. Enjoy the candle in the background, which should really get covered up. Never mind. So, yep, just going to dive straight into it. So, the first things that... so, actually, rather than doing some stuff here, as again, my partner's cars are all in the back because they belong on the stable. You may notice a few new ones like Duke Coulter's, Royal Surreal, and the Clean Todd Pizza Platter truck. These were just ones that I've I had him on my Thunder Hall display, which is now gone off the floor, and them two I decided to give to her because she wanted them. So yeah. Anyway, we'll go over this first, just very quickly. The Thailand variant of Ryan Shields, not reviewing them in there, it's just to show that I did get one opened. The card in plastic. The card is somewhere away over there, plastic's in the bin. But yep, managed to get one to open, so that's something I guess, but it's just not the most exciting thing in the world because I really want Sarge, Jackson and Red, which I'm having a really hard time finding. And there we go, I've already fucking knocked the camera. Hopefully that should be alright. Yeah, I should do. Yeah, which I'm having a really hard time finding, as I already said. So, yeah, and even though this is probably one of the better cars out of that lot, I think, because I'm not really keen on the designs of Jackson and Sarge. I don't really like this Thailand variant of Ryan. We'll go over this in review, but I'm quite underwhelmed by it. But yeah, at least it's one KSW car. But honestly, I'm now reaching the point of, do I just pay the 30 quid for Red on eBay? I really don't want to, but like, because of the way this is being distributed and because it's coming in such limited stores here in the UK, like Tesco, The Entertainer and Toy Town, the nearest Toy Town after Glasgow is fucking Dundee and Ayr. There's not many up in Scotland, so I'm not travelling all the way out there to potentially find something that might not be there anymore. So I'm going to try a few Tesco's, and if I don't find them, I'm just going to buy them online because I really can't be arsed searching high and low for them. But yeah, anyway, there's Ryan Shields. We'll do a review on him eventually. Now, you may notice quite a few meters over here, and well, this Doc Hudson. So, this parcel of stuff I had to open purely because there was a few things in here that I was going to sell on, and I wanted to get them up and listed on my vintage page, and already one of them, and I knew it'd be the one to sell first, sold by the end of the night. So, in this bundle, there was a Space Creature Lightning McQueen. I paid £20 for this bundle. I've just sold that Space Creature McQueen on for £14, and it was gone by the end of the night. That's how popular it was of a card, because I knew I'd be safe getting this bundle. We're getting some cool extras, I guess, but also purely because I knew I would make most of my money back off of that one card. There's two in this lot as well that I've got up on my vintage page, but they're not selling currently, unfortunately, which is fine. But they are quite more harder to get cards. Anyway, so because of that, I decided to basically just open my parcel, get it up and listed on my vintage, and it's already sold, so there you go. But the rest of the stuff in this bundle is actually really interesting, so we'll go over the more, like, the lesser exciting ones. Even though Peggy Liner is, still really fucking cool, but as you can see, very bashed up on the front. Pretty much all the red has came off this up in the back. Now again, this just shows you how awful the heat fusioned paint is on these Thailand cars. Just the way it comes off and flake is ridiculous. Anyway, this is not the main reason why I got the bundle, but it is up on my vintage page. I don't need this. My partner doesn't need it. We both have ours, so yeah, but pretty bashed up. But she's up on my vintage page for £8. I thought that was a fair price considering she was exclusive to a pack. Disney 100 cars over here. We've got a Mater and a Doc. Again, not really the main reason why I got the bundle. Well, this bundle was a weird find. It was like getting extras, but also like stuff to sell on. So yeah, this Mater's up for sale on my vintage page for £8 as well. Missing these side view mirrors. But yeah, partner doesn't want it because he's in awful condition. However, this is for my partner. Yes, Doc Hudson with the gold star and some muck-up peel, which needs to be cleaned off. But she wants to get. I've got all the Disney 100 cars sealed now. This was actually my first in-hand experience with these ones. Now, because there's something I'm not really interested in having opened, to be completely honest. Now, that 5-pack they done did not include Doc, which made him easily the rarest and hardest one to get out of this lot. So, she wants to get this 5-pack, but she would have had trouble getting Doc. And again, I don't need them because I've got them sealed, so it's basically just like to her, well, if we take the star off and clean up some of this, do you want it? And she said yes, because to be fair, apart from those two spots, he is actually in pretty decent condition. So this is the thing about the Disney 100 cars, like their chips and that don't show up as badly because they're silver. So yeah, but that Doc was in the bundle, and that's pretty much it. That's stuff I'm going to sell on. Now, these other items over here, these 5 cars, apart from the 2 Maters, I did not realise most of these are fakes or factory customs. So I'm actually really glad I bought this bundle now, because these are all ones I can keep. Basically, because in terms of this bundle, I paid £2 each per car. So, I'm not complaining about that for some factory customs and, some fakes, which are different variants and actually really cool. So we've got one of the fake clutch aid tractors here. Now, I bought this bundle thinking this was a genuine one. I was like, oh, it's an racing tractor off my list, but it is not. Still cool to have though, different expression. I should have realised with the mouth, because this is completely different to the actual one we got. But the decals are pretty decent, nice quality. It's a pretty good fake, there's no copyright on the bottom obviously. Do the Dinoco stuff next. We've got this fake transforming Lightning McQueen, which is very different. I thought this was a China version in the pictures just because he had no eyeliner. But it's still pretty cool. They've painted one of his axles blue and then just left the rest completely silver, which is so strange to me. I've just noticed how clear his windows as well are. How clear his windows are. Oh my god, look at that. That's horrifying. Yeah, you can see how fake that is with just the decals slapped on top. But because of, weird how they've not painted all of his axles apart from the one. To me, they should do this across all the cars though. like just standard Mattel ones. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I've noticed this on quite a lot of these. I'll come back to that in a second. Oh, there's actually one more car that should be here, but we'll come back to that. Anyway, they should paint their axles. Makes them look a whole lot more better. But yeah, and on the bottom, again, no copyright. It just says made in China and children's toy. What does it say? Yeah, children's toy car. But it's still cool to have. You know, I quite like the fade here, especially in the '95. That was pretty cool. But yeah. Now the car that's missing, may as well mention it now. Now the car that's missing, and he's somewhere in his right again for the third time. The car that is missing from here, is it Mark Wilson? I think that's his name. It's one of the Bobbies from Cars 2 from the Palace danger scene. He is away in a zip bag because I don't know what to do with him. I'm probably just going to sell him on, to be honest, but he's in horrible condition. Like, all the yellow and blue strips off the side of him have came off, and all of his axles have rusted, and he's in that bag for a reason. I don't really want to touch it again, so yeah. However, I've noticed it's been quite the case on a lot of these cars. There's a problem with this motor, which I'll come back to. I only just noticed it last night. However, this dog, I've just noticed, you guessed it, rusted axles. You can see that brown in there, which, that's disgusting. I'll turn the flash on. Oh yeah, you can really see it there. So clearly, whatever kid had these beforehand was taking these in the bath. I need to clean that up for my partner. But yeah. Is it on the motor? Bit harder to tell, because the parts are so thick. I don't think they've actually managed to get into the nook and crannies, but yeah, now I'm like, they'll leave a flash on to check every fucking single one of these. Oh, tractor's got it as well. This is me only just noticing a lot of this. Transformer McQueen. I think he's safe, actually. Anyway, segueing into Dynaco. Do you have rust? Do you know what? I'm just quickly checking these all have rust. No. Helicopter's good. This motor, as I said, you can see up in there. Rust. The Mark Wilson one was easily the worst. This motor, yeah, some slight rust. Yeah, they've all got fucking rust, which I'll need to clean. Anyway, that is not pleasant. Though I understand, when I was a kid, I took my cars in the bath with me as well, particularly Submarine and Hydrofoil Fin. So, anyway, segueing into Dynaco. There's this Dynaco helicopter rotor turboski, which I think, is definitely a fake because there's no copper at the bottom. However, I have to say, now, when I seen the pictures, I should have really guessed by the size. I thought this was just the standard Mattel one, you know, the smaller one, which I don't get why the fucking class is a deluxe. This is more of a deluxe scale. This I would understand, but that smaller one they used to do as a single. Now, the scale's not accurate here, and it's not accurate on the little one. The closest scale we have is that big plastic one they done where you like push that button at the back and the propellers would spin. I do have that. I've had that ever since I was a kid, and it's, you know, pretty fucking cool replica. I'm sure there was a die-cast version from the Disney store actually of this helicopter. But this, I think, is a really fucking good scale for these cars. Again, it's not quite, you know, it's not as big as it should be. But if you want something that's decently in scale and quite a good size helicopter, this is a pretty good one to have. Anyway, really like this factory custom a lot. My only, or fake, whatever it is, my only problem is, because I've been meaning to contact Docket, I've just remembered about, can he identify some of these for me, please? Because I don't really have a clue what some of them are or where they're from. But my only problem with this, the propeller doesn't, you need to catch it on the right one. There we go. The propeller doesn't really spin too well because it's quite stiff. But it does spin if you want it to. Ish. That one spins down here as well. But yeah, pretty cool to have this. I do like it a lot. It's good scale, good weight to it as well. And then these two, which are definitely the strangest. Well, one's kind of movie accurate. This one I just don't understand what it is. We'll go over this one first. We got this gold meter. With this weird and very soft plastic. Like, I could not believe how soft that was. You know, handling it and that. Really soft as well. Yeah, like you could fucking do that with them. Rare you can do that in a meter diecast. Anyway, it's got this weird sort of silver opaque see-through plastic, and I can't really make out what this is because it's scratched on both sides, but it's basically a 95 on either side, and he's in a sort of like yellow gold colour. Very strange. And on the bottom, it's just got. That's weird. Pixar made in China. No Mattel though, so it's obviously fake. That's strange. But yeah, no idea what this is, but it's a factory custom or something, so I'll keep it. It's weird getting these cars because I'm seeing how quality-wise they are for the paint, and they're pretty. To be fair, they're pretty good. They're not as good as the ones in the back, obviously the real Mattel ones, but they're not too bad. I can see why parents buy these for their kids. This is my favourite out of this whole lot. It's this custom Rusty's Racing Centre 95 meter. And this is kind of movie accurate because in the credits of Cars 3, when you see the pictures of like the after events of the film, there's a scene where Mater, Lizzie, and I think someone else, McQueen and Cruz, I think it's just them four, they're in the racing centre and they're trying it, and like Lizzie's in the wind bubble tunnel or whatever and all that. And Mater, there's a picture of Mater with two pitties, and he's trying to get his Rusty's wrap on, but it's not working. Like it just won't fit around him. He's like, oh, this is kind of close enough to that, and that's a version of Mater I really wish Mattel would do. Even though portraying like the saggy, like, you know, foil sheet would be a bit hard to do, so I'd understand if they just released it like this, but with the more movie accurate expression. But with this, you know, he's smiley, but I don't care. For me, this will serve that purpose and will do, and he's in pretty decent condition as well. And it's not quite as metallic as the typical McQueen one, though I'm going to be honest, I kind of prefer this flatter red. I think it looks much more movie accurate to me for McQueen, because it would be the same paint scheme and metallic, wouldn't it? So yeah, but really like this guy. Super glad to have him. He's very cool, and again, soft rubbery plastic. Very strange. Right, let me put this up in the back and we can finally get cracking with the parcels. Sorry for the long introduction there, everyone, but there was a lot to go over. You know, a lot of weirds and fakes and factory customs all over the place. It's very odd. Right, I think we'll start with some rare shit. This parcel I had to go and collect today. I nearly missed it, and it could have easily got sent back tomorrow, so whew, because I thought I collected all my orders on like a Tuesday, just gone, and I realised, nope, there was still one more thing to arrive, so just going to open this off camera because it's easier, because they've sent it in this, I could feel it was some kind of fucking tube. Sock Shop Lazy Panda. Yeah, so some type of boxer shorts. Really fucking weird, but you know, if it gets the job done, then why not? I think they've just taped up the top part, so I will need to use a craft knife for this to get in, I think. That's hopefully it's gonna work. Hold on, need to do this. Sorry I have to do this off camera, everyone. Oh, yeah, this is why I'm doing it off camera, because I know I just fucking sliced myself. Right, I finally managed to get in. Took a bit of an effort, but hey-oh. Now, this bundle I got for £20, and you will see that was a really good deal, because there's something in here which is very, very sought after. There's two rare cars in here, though I'd argue this one's definitely more rarer than the other one. Is that everything? Yeah, and I can see how they fucking wrapped this, and that's pissing me off. Just clear this crap on the back. Oh, why must you wrap them up like chipping against each other? Why can't you just... Oh, fuck's sake. Why can't people just wrap their stuff? Okay, you wrapped a more rare car separate like that, or she, whatever. Oh, fucking hell. People need to stop wrapping their stuff up like this. Just wrap them up all individually in bubble wrap. It's not that hard. Anyway, well, it's not really point in like going, oh, here's a surprise. You can see what it all is, so we'll just fucking dig it out and get this crap on the floor. Hold on. Sorry, a lot had to be done off camera there, but anyway, here we go. So, we'll just start off the main, quite clearly the main highlights here. So we have Lost in the Desert Mini, which is so fucking cool to have this. I paid £10 for it, and I was like, should I not? Because there's no van, but I was just like, do you know what, fuck it in the end. And do you know what's amazing? I don't have the regular Mini. I never had Mini or van growing up. They're main characters I really should get eventually, but never thought I'd get Lost in the Desert Mini first. Now, of course, she is from the very rare and sought after 2-pack of her and Van in this form, which came out in 2015 in a 2-pack's case that had pit crew member Flo and hydraulic Lightning Ramon, which I would love to get that 2-pack so much. But even though that's an awesome 2-pack and variants of characters, I think needs to just stole the show. That year, she does have a very strange matte finish. It's not quite glossy or matte. If Talon done her now, they would just matte this thing up completely. But love the expression, Oh, for the love of Chrysler, will you please ask someone for directions? She's missing a side view mirror, annoyingly. But I understand considering how thin they are. What's the base? I need to read this off camera, sorry. There's the picture, made in China, Mattel. No date stamp, but I know they didn't put everything. They didn't put date stamps on everything back then, so. Nope, sorry, there is one. Apologies. 3224, so the 322nd day of 2014. So quite towards the end of the year, because I know that 2-pack came out in 2015. But yeah, really cool to have this. Absolutely love it. And then this one, this beauty, oh my god. Was very happy and excited to get this dude. Is it Vanden Care? I think it's Vanden Care. If you're wondering where I love the expression. If you're wondering where this guy's from, he's from the Cotterpin scene. Is his fucking axles rusted? Please don't tell me they're rusted. Oh, why is everything rusted, man? Sorry, pissed off of myself off camera, but flash again. You can see that's rusted. Right, this is it. From now on, any cars I buy, I'm just going to ask for the bottom. So I can see the date stamp and stuff so I don't get goofed with fakes, but also for this shit. No, his axles are rusted. I guess it kind of adds to the look of him, to be fair. He's got a lovely green sort of metallic, actually. That's really cool. Love the detail at the back here and the blue sides. He's obviously a sedan. And again, his name is Vanden Care. If you're wondering where he appears, I think it's the Cotterpin scene. That's where he's from. But I'm just going to use him as probably like a generic race fan or something. Just check if she's rusted. I really hope not, because this is so rare nowadays, but the axles are slightly bent, which is annoying. So clearly some kid has played with these. So I love how they're looking at each other, these two. Though, again, to be fair, these bent axles actually give her a bit of character, because she'd be sort of slumping down in the desert, so, yeah. Obviously, that scene's iconic because, well, it's them two, but it appears at the very end of Cars, like it's after the song When You Found Yourself, which I absolutely love that song. One of my absolute favourite songs in Cars, and probably one of my favourite songs of all time because I find it very relatable. Next up, we have these. I'm just going to quickly check. Nope, I think this is all good. No rust. I won't be surprised if this rusted. No, oh my god. Clean and shiny. We love to see it. Just checking Fillmore again, because this is from a partner. No, we're all good. Right, there's flash off. Anyway, so here we have Rusty's Racing Centre Wrap Fillmore. I don't know when this came out before, but I don't know if this is the one from last year. Can't really tell by the date stamp. Anyway, my partner missed out on this one. There was only one pair of that case. I managed to get one. She didn't have it, so this is for her. And it's in pretty good condition. Not perfect, but I wanted to get it for her, so that is for her. And something for myself, just a bit of fun. Micro Drifter Acer. That's so cool. Yeah, I think because I bought the planes ones, I was like, oh, why not? Let's add him. Because again, he was like £2. This is so much fun. And I had Graham and Professor C growing up, I'm pretty sure. There was like a free pack. I think it was a free pack, Professor C, Thermic Missile, and Graham. So it'd be nice to have the Lemon Trio as Micro Drifters. So yeah, but just a cool wee Acer. And amazingly good condition with his little ball. I don't know why he's working so well, but yeah, you just go... Bow now, now. Yeah. Cool to have that. And we have this Miguel Camino tool cart. Again, it was £2. That's why I grabbed it. It was just cheap. Like what I mostly paid for was these. That was 10. That was 16. And obviously these were £2 each. So it should have came to 22. I made them an offer of 20 and they accepted it. So basically I got one of these small things for free when you think about it. But yeah, just a tool cart. Don't have the pity, but I do have Miguel Camino's Crew Chief. It's a car I've actually had for a very long time. Because it was in the 2-pack with him. And it was one of the early Crew Chiefs that came out along with Carla's and John Lasseter, obviously. So, yeah. Right. Next up. Let's see if I can open the fuse on camera. Oh, is that oh, okay. I thought it was someone's address. No. Acer Grem Info. She's probably wondering what the fuck that is. That's my name on Vinted. So, yeah. Acer Grem 11. If you want to go and check out my page. And again, not been fucking wrapped up well in the slightest here. For fuck's sake, man. Honestly. Just, yeah. Put the two really chipped up ones on the outside. And I dropped one. You know, because you're probably thinking, oh yeah, you know, horrible condition. Still shouldn't wrap them up properly. Sorry. Getting very annoyed at people today. At least that stuff is decently wrapped up, but for fuck's sake, man. Right. This stuff will come back to leave the mystery. So, here we have Determined Lightning McQueen, who is quite chipped up, unfortunately. It was cheap. This has been my most wanted McQueen for a very long time, but I'm not happy with this condition, so we will get that replaced. Still, really fucking cool expression. I do want one in mint condition. Date stamp scratched. And, would you believe it, my first Rusty's Racing Centre Lightning McQueen diecast opened. However, he is in absolutely horrible condition. For whatever reason, the paint is... Now, I thought this was the Cars Free one. It's not. I can quite clearly tell it's Thailand because of the plastic eye plate. And if I check the date stamp... Yeah, it's made in Thailand. But this paint is really bad for coming off. I still need to get one of these in mint condition. I just have not opened... I do have one sealed. It's the one from 2022, but I'm not opening that now because that's really fucking rare and sought after on that packaging. Got it in Asda for like £20. No, I got it in Asda for... Fuck, how much did I pay for that? It was like 14... $7.50? $7.50, yeah. Anyway, brain's frazzled at the moment. God, and all the Lightyear text been scratched off his wheels. Is he real? Yeah, I think he is genuine. Anyway, but I want to do this with it. Did I just take off a chunk of paint? I'm not sure. Hold on. Not sure if that is working, but yeah, basically I want to rip all this paint off of him and have a completely bare metal Lightning McQueen. I think that'll be pretty fucking cool. It just interested me. I was like, yeah, why not? And it was like £1.50 or something. And I've just slightly scuffed the table. That is not good. However, it already had scuffs on it anyway, so we're fine. Anyway, but the main highlights here. We've got this Brick Yardley. If I can get them out. From China, which I have no interest in keeping. I'll sell this on. It's one from 2017, 0887. Yep. So the 88th day of 2017. There you go. Not the main reason why I got this in the bundle though. Vitaline tool cart from obviously the very rare Vitaline Pity. This never came out again, I think. So yeah, I just wanted another one. I am eyeing up a Vitaline Pity on Vinted at the moment. It is £18 with James Cleaner. I think I will snag it. But yeah, really wanted this for the tool cart mainly. So there you go. And last but not least, and probably the best stuff here, is this massively out of scale Professor Z. It is the Quick Changes one, which doesn't seem to be... There we go. Not working the best, unfortunately. His button keeps getting jammed, that's the issue. Anyway, yes. Quick Changes Professor Z. He's missing his monocle, sadly, but it was like £4, I think. So, and 2102, so that'll be the 210th day of 2012, I imagine. Yeah, this line continued for longer than I thought. But his button keeps getting jammed annoyingly. But yeah, just expression change, and he's got a pop-out weapon, which is not accurate to the film at all, obviously. But, you know, you can pretend. And if you... Hold on, see if I can get this right. There you go. Obviously, if you hit them hard enough, they pop it. But the interesting thing about this Professor Z and the Lights and Sounds one is just how massively out of scale he was, because he's a tiny piddly little car, you know, he's like basically Luigi size. Now for the Lights and Sounds one, I understand that because obviously because of the electronics. However, this one, I have no idea why they made this guy so big. I imagine they've reused the Lights and Sounds mode, but yeah, fascinating stuff there. And last but not least, we have a plastic JP Drive, who is obviously, I think it is JP Drive, who's obviously the Apple next gen. No, it's not by Mattel, it's not a die-cast, I'm pretty sure it's Disney Store. It says Disney Pixar Vietnam on the bottom. It's just a wind up and go. No, it's not. Anyway, yeah, we also don't have an Apple next gen car, unfortunately, and I don't think Mattel will ever make it, so I just thought, well, you can see why they put the two plastic ones together. So I just thought I may as well get it, you know, because I don't think we're ever going to get a die-cast this guy. And he's in good scale. Like, he's pretty... I don't have a next gen nearby, unfortunately, but, you know, just compare him to, like, I guess, Ryan Shields here. The scale's not too bad. He's pretty on point. I think he's a bit wider than the typical die-cast, but, you know, not too bad of a scale. So he'll do for me in terms of filling that gap. There have been beautiful customs that have been made. Don't know if I will get one eventually. There's a lot more detail in this guy than I thought. I just found that out recently, like all these lines and stuff. I thought it was just white and the Apple logo, but no, it's a bit more to him. Anyway, very cool to have. Kind of running out of space here. Right, the next lot, and then we've got one more parcel after this. This was sent in a Jiffy bag, so it should be easy to open. I know what's in here. Now this person clearly knows how to pack up stuff a bit more properly. Yeah, it's just two things in here. So we have, we'll go over the least exciting one first, although he is still pretty exciting, this dude. If I can get him out. So yeah, it's another Pity. I can't get him out. Come on, don't be shy. There we go. It is the wide octane gain Pity. who I believe was only released in like, what was he released in? It was like one of the pit crew packs or like the hauler pack. Anyway, quite hard to get now. Full focus. And he's in relatively decent condition. Again, I might try and get a better one eventually, but it was just to fill that gap. And oh god, the date stamp is tiny. 2959, so the 295th day of 2009, if I'm reading that right. She's definitely from the hauler pack, I think. But yeah, quite hard to get this now, so it was just to fill that gap. Again, it was like £2. So, however, to save on postage, because I didn't want to pay like £7 for a pity, I thought I'd buy this, which I don't have, if I can get it out. There we go. It was cut down on postage, but it's such a cool piece. Yeah. Haha, this is fantastic. So it's obviously a meter with hood. And well, can't say the lenticular variant because this was the only way this guy came out, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Diecast Dungeon has made a fantastic custom where he swapped out the eye plate and gave him a much more regular one, but yeah. So it's obviously one of the lenticular cars, which I don't mind. I love the race suspension he has here. It kind of reminds me of the road trip meter that they currently do. Quite fixed in plastic there. This was the point where I didn't realise actually they already started that early on by making the back of meter plastic. I always thought it was Cars 2 onwards, up until Thailand took over, that they made it plastic. But no, it seems like we started in, what, 2010? What's the date stamp? Yeah, 2810, so the 281st day of 2010. So quite towards the end of the line for cars, so from Final Lap Collection. And obviously this was a chase. So yeah, really cool to have this. The hood's not removable, but it's plastic. Yeah, really cool. Love the race suspension. Look at this, it's my hood, it's my hood. I ain't seen this thing in 20 years. Wow, it fits perfectly. How do I look? Oh, damn. Anyway, as you can see, quite a few meters recently. But I do love collecting meters. But yeah, that's probably that might be my favourite item in the whole Giga haul action so far. Even though these two are really rare and I'm glad to have them, I really fucking like this a lot. Right, I have saved the best for last. It's a big fucking parcel, this one. It's kind of light though, but yeah. I cannot fit this in frame, so we're going to have to cut it off camera. Right, saving the best for last here. Now, this lot, and believe it or not, cost me £10. Obviously, postage added about £14 on top of that, but yeah, £10 for this lot. And again, oh God, you did not need to pack it in a box this big. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I know you're not seeing us on camera, but I get, oh, for fucking hell. Why have you packed it like this? So he was just randomly sitting out. Same with this. Fuck's sake. Just randomly sitting out, and the rest all shoved in a bag. Fuck's sake, man. Honestly. Oh, and a really fucking rare chase piece. Fucking hell, man. Honestly, sorry. The way they've packed that has really pissed me off. And the rest of it just cardboard and other bits and pieces here that you just can't really see. And a fucking bin bag. So they bagged up some and then just threw the fucking rest in. I'll be contacting about that and reporting them. Fucking hell, man. That is ridiculous. Fucking hell. Right, sorry, I'm really just pissed off there. But anyway, we'll go over this stuff first, which was just hanging out loosely. So, we got an identical grey semi cab. I think that's his name, grey semi, whatever. No date stamp. Oh, no, we got... Is that one there? 09... The zero's quite low down. 0905. Or 0995, so the 99th day of 2015. Anyway, obviously you will have seen I had the other one. I've just sold that one off. I put it in a big bundle because it had the side view mirrors missing. So we've got one with the side view mirrors now. No attachment piece though, which is completely fine. I don't mind having another one. So that's my one to definitely keep. The the tall Octane Game Pity, and it does make you wonder, is this Dudley Spare? Yeah, if you don't know what I mean by that, basically, I'm sure you will know this, but obviously, with the original Octane Game Pity they released, which was the shorter one, which I do have, I had it as a kid, and I've just bought a brand new one a few months ago, so I've got 4 Octane Game Pitties now, which is nice. And I've got the Crew Chief, both variants of Belly Oil Changer and the Hauler, so the Octane Game family is complete, which I'm very happy about. I think I'm missing the wide one with the tool gun, but apart from that, we're all good. Anyway, Dudley Spare, the short Pity, and I think that is Dudley Spare, used the tall Pity artwork. I don't think there is a short Pity artwork of Dudley Spare actually, but it's like, is this Dudley Spare? I'm sure Dudley Spare is the short one, but yeah. It had the artwork of this guy. Anyway, yep, it's a tall Octane Game Pity. Again, in pretty decent condition, was cheap, so I was like, yep. I'll take that. And the team is completed. And we have a chase piece here, of which I'm not a fucking fan of how they just threw that in a box, but yes, it is Radiator Springs. Ramon from the End of Cars 2. Date stamp is very faded. 3471, so the 347th day of 2011. So quite towards the end actually. I know he was one of like the later wave ones. He was number 29 if I remember correctly. But this is not for me, this is for my partner because I had this guy growing up and I didn't want her to struggle to get him. However, I don't know if she'll be happy with this condition because apart from that at the front, yeah. Not happy for that guy packed that. The fucking chase piece, you don't pack it, just leave it fucking lying out. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, and last but not least was this big bag of cars, which was pure. So basically, those 3 were on their own. This was a big bundle, which I can see why they probably bagged it up like this. Now, to be honest, I guess most of this stuff I don't care about. However, there's quite some cool pieces in here that I don't have, so I am a little bit annoyed. And you know, it's just like, why couldn't they put all the fucking cars together in here? And why was the box so massive? Like, I knew there was Disney Store pieces in here, but for fuck's sake. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Right, there's some random ones in here I don't really care about. But again, it was a $5, so we've got just a Holly Shiftwell, which again, that'll be getting sold on with the Brick Yardley. Date stamp 1131, so the 130th day of 2011, so probably one of the early Holly Shiftwells we've done. Plastic mouth plate as well, but yeah, don't really care about her. Got a DJ, which is oh, is this like the... Oh, this is a very old DJ. This is a very old DJ. I might keep this one actually, because my original is just battered. Yeah, oh, this is really cool to have actually. So this is a DJ from 2008. 1418, so 141st day of 2008. Yeah, so this is with the original blue and purple bolts before they fixed them and made them green and added them to the spoiler. Very cool. I think I'll keep this actually. Quite happy with that. Not the main reason why I got this lot. It was a $5 this and it was very cheap. We got a Chucky, who I guess was from 2008. I think that's when she first came out. But again, don't need this. My original's in very good condition, so I'll just be selling this one on. I don't think my partner's going to want that all battered. What the fuck is that? What? Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell are you? Sorry. Is this a fake snot rod? He is tiny. Oh my god. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Snot rod was not that small, is he? No. Oh, this is weird. That is weird. He's very faded. He's like shrunk. What the hell is this? I guess it's just some fake. What does it have on the bottom? Disney, Pixar, and nothing else. Yeah, it's probably a fake. Because I was like, oh my god, that snot rod's so faded. I couldn't even remember what was in this bundle, to be fair. Oh my god. No idea what this is, but he's like a mini snot rod. He's tiny. I'll have to do more research into that. Very strange. And last but not least, and thankfully these are in good condition, which I'm glad about because these are ones I do not have. Some random news reporters. I have no idea what their names are, what scene they're from, whatever. But yep, missing their cameras unfortunately. But again, as I said, that lot was a $5, so you know, not complaining. However, 3394, so that'd be the 339th day of 2014. Yep, no idea who this dude is. And oh, 1310. It's the 131st day of 2010, so it's a final lap collection car. Very interesting. But yeah, just some random news reporters missing their cameras. Hopefully I can replace them over time. But yeah, they'll make for good background pieces and whatever. And we'll do the big boys. Yeah. Some really nice Disney Store pieces in here. Miguel Camino's side view mirror is very thin and completely fucked. And he's got a cracked spoiler, but yeah, this is metallic Miguel Camino. So there you go. Guess that tool cart can, well, it's not going with him, but you know. Yeah, cracked spoiler, but I'll probably just keep this guy. Okay, I just got the bundle purely because it was so cheap, but you know, for them too, it was worth it in a sense. So, but again, it was a cut down on postage. But there is one in this Disney Store lot I did want. A metallic Raul Sarul, who's missing his spoiler. Again, I will keep all these. Some of the Disney Store stuff is really underrated, I have to say. This random UK Union Jack McQueen, oh, fuck, is that? No way. Is that, I've just realised, is that from that line of McQueens? They were like, oh, I can't remember the name of them, but it was like country McQueens, where there was like a Japanese style one, there was a Brazilian style one probably, there was a USA style one. Is that what that's from? Holy shit. Anyway, yeah guys, if he is from that collection then holy shit. I know he's missing his spoiler, but still, it's a really cool piece to have then. Yeah, I forgot. I was wondering what it was. I forgot about that line of McQueens that they'd done. And last but not least, last item for the Giga haul today. And maybe my favourite of... Oh, he's in good condition as well. I'm happy about that. Maybe my favourite out of this, you know, this little bundle. Metallic Fabrizio. I don't know if they've done a regular one. I'm not too sure. This guy was also chasing the original Mattel 2011 to 12 Corsa line, which I do have, thankfully. He's one of my favourite looking cars from Cars 2. Just so cool with that sunscreen windshield and the detail on the back and just, beautiful gold. No date stamp, just Disney Pixar China. But most of these didn't tend to have, obviously, you know. Well, the usual copyright you expect because they were by a Disney Store. But yeah, very cool to have that metallic Fabrizio. Some of the Disney Store stuff is so underrated, like I said. Anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the Giga Haul Part 3. And as you can see, there's a fucking lot here. I'll just lift the camera. A lot here that I have to clear up. And the usual mess, of which we can just add to that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.